Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another CreamCatCorner stream. And we are back again in Pseudoregalia. So last week, when we played this game, I I actually got lost into the game and I've I've streamed quite quite a long time actually and trying to find stuff inside the game, and this time most probably we are gonna do that again. So far I've been enjoying this game. The music is really good, even though the hello Vigor, hello. What was I saying? Even though the graphics is not as modern looking. But for me, this kind of graphics reminds me of my childhood. So it does strike that nostalgia note in my heart. How's your weekend so far? To be honest, I have to be honest. I am not feeling well. I can feel that as I said before, my wisdom teeth is acting up. So I've been having a major headache, and my my tonsils is inflamed. I've been taking anti-inflammatory and with the hopes that it might reduce the swelling, but so far it you know how when your tonsils are swollen, it affects your whole internal ear balance thing. So there's that. Just found out in your game that you can't attack China to free Japan and Taiwan yet. So attack with your entire army, it will take over 20 million gold. Okay, I don't think I've asked this before, but where is your army stationed in? Is it in Greece or are you stationed somewhere else? But it kind of makes sense. Your country is Greece. Okay, so you are stationed in Greece. So it kind of makes sense that it would take like in your entire savings to attack a huge country like China. Yeah, it kind of makes sense like that, huh? How how much money, how much gold do you have currently? So yesterday you said you have like almost more than 15 million plus gold. You have over 16 million. Uh-huh. You will have to wait to get 40 million. Is there a reason why you want to attack other countries? Do you get to do you get to plunder their resources or something like that? You know, before I start the game, right? China to just free Japan and Taiwan and to get China's land. Try to make an empire. Ah, I see. You're kind of like Genghis Khan then. Trying to conquer land left and right until you have so many in your plate. Kinda, okay. Good for you. Good for you. What other country have you been in alliance with? I know that you've been in alliance with US and what was the other one again? You've told me about that, but I forgot. But you give North Korea land to South Korea, so now Korea is reunited. Oh, that's sweet of you. You don't take their land for yourself. That's where that's where it is. But the difference between real life and fantasy, huh? Because in real life, people would not relinquish their hard-earned victory just like that, especially war criminals. I never understand what is follow activate delay is. You have alliance with US, Russia, France, Italy, San Marino, Vatican, Germany, Romania, Algeria, Brazil, Canada, Mexico, South Korea, and a few others. Ah, I see. So, what is your um main resource that you get from your country in the game? In the game. So you know that you get gold, right? What is the source of your gold? You mine it yourself or do you sold item or something like that? Wood and concrete. Oh, that's a good resource to have. You have gold mines, but I guess your primary resource for gold is wood and concrete. In real life, I know that Canada and America are one of the few top supplier of wood. Don't quote on me like on that. I might not be entirely correct. We took over Turkey and freed Armenia. No one messes with Armenia. Good for you. Good for you. So, before I start, I just have one more question for you, Vigor. So far, what is the most threatening countries that are that uh that ever imposed on you, on your country? I'm guessing China, huh? Because you already you already took out Turkey. The most threatening, you have Russia and US to defend you. Not even China can win against you, because China attacked you with a 100k, 900k power army, and now it's oh, and now it's 110k power. Surely the game have some sort of challenge for you, right? Even though you have Russia and US to defend you, but you never know. One of those country, those big country, nothing is a challenge. Are you playing it on an easy game then? I guess you, I guess you do play the game. That it is becoming easier when you have the two biggest country in your alliance, huh? You gotta go. Okay, have a nice lurk. While you are looking, I am gonna go back into the game. Man, I wish that the music loops when it is on the title screen here. Okay, so you need to go back into the game. I actually forgot where, what kind of stuff. Oh, we have a lot. We have Dreambreaker, which is our sword. Indignation, Thorngreaves, Slide, Solar Wind, Jump while sliding, Sunsetter, Sudden Light to bounce off of enemies, Clean Jam, and Strike Break. Okay. And what about the special item, Clear Mind? I have two of them. And I have Heliacal Power. And we have three keys. We got the one in Bailey, we got the Tower Remains, and Sansa Key. Trying to remember what is the clue again that we got. We already got from the Tower Remains. We already got from Sansa Keep. Is it the theater? I actually don't remember. What am I supposed to be doing here? I remember there's something that I need to be doing on the here? I'm trying to remember. Thing. Oh, what is that? Hey. What is this? Oh, oh. Okay. Can I cling to the wall? I can. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe I need to jump. Ah! Ow. Okay. Whoops. It's a little bit difficult. What? Okay. Am I supposed to air dash there? Oh, okay. There we go. I don't need to... What is that? Okay. Nice. Okay, we got martial prowess. Increase damage dealt. So that's good. Now the problem is, what am I going to do here? Before I even do anything, let's save the game. Okay. We need to get out of Underbelly. You know what? Let's do a whole clean sweep of the whole area. First, before we make any sort of backtracking. Do we have anything down there? Nothing. Don't even have keys. Interesting. Hey. Okay. I just need to run. Run. Okay, I don't remember, but again, I'll try to. Oh God, okay. My I've I'm trying to remember if I've definitely been here, but I don't remember what happens here. This is the one place that we got the extra jump from, right? Or am I? Oh, okay. Thing. Can double jump. Can do that. You will be doing your hobbies, so you will kind of be lurk still. Uh-huh. What kind of hobby are you doing? What? Oh, I remember. This is the one, the place that we got our um, what do you call that? The the enemy jumping ability, something like that. What is that? Hello? Extra health? Extra health. Well, thank goodness we go around. Hey, you know what? Let's just go. Interesting. Okay, we've done this area, so let's just do things as quickly as possible then. Hey, where am I going? Hello? Okay, that is the way forward. Okay. Okay, good. Um, thing. Okay, I don't think I've ever been up there, so let's go there. Interesting. Have I never really been here? I feel like I've been. Dilapidated dungeon. Okay, there's that, and there's that. I've never been up here, I guess, since we only recently got the Jumping capability. What? What is that? What is this? That looks like a long way up, so I'm gonna go here. Oh my god. Oh, okay, it's much easier than I remember. Increase healing power by half pip. What does it mean by that? I'm not even sure. Whoa! I can see the whole map geometry thing. Okay. Where is this? Where does this lead to? Oh, is the theater? Oh, okay, interesting. What's what's there? What's there? But yeah, let's explore, shall we? Where does this leads to? Oh god. Okay. I almost fell to my doom there, but nice save. Sansa Keep? Where is this? I feel like we've been here, right? There's... Yeah, there's something here. We've been here. But we never got that area because we don't have the... Uh... Jumping ability? The wolf... The cling gem. Never got the cling gem ability. Where is this? Oh, this is at the start. Oh, yeah, we've been here. We have gotten all of the got the key here, right? Sansa Cube. Yeah, we got this key. Done that. We've got that. Trying to remember what happened. Have I been there on the opposite end? You know what? Let's try. Okay, jump. I feel like we've been here. What? Okay. Why all of this seems so familiar? Have we been down here? Oh my god, this is... We've been going in circles. Hello? What about here? What about back there? There's something back there, I guess. Oh. Extra lives. Oh. Oh, okay. It brings us back. How convenient. Oh my god. Okay. Uh... Okay, so we're back here again. I'm guessing we need to go to the theater, right? Because there is a key there. I remember the tips specifically said there's a key there, but where exactly in theater to be unknown. A little bit unknown. Okay, interesting. Giant sword. Okay, we never been up there, right? Let's go there. Hopefully I can. Okay, I guess we need to cling around this giant pillar and then go up. Oh my god, what the heck? Okay, I can see that my... There we go. My PC is struggling a little bit. I'm I'm surprised, to be honest, at this game. How can this game so... Does this look smooth? It requires so much of my CPU running this game. I'm quite shocked. Doesn't do anything. Oh god, okay, yes. Oh my god, what is this? I'm guessing I need to jump. Ooh, yes, let's try. Have I been here? Left or right? I always want to go to the right, right? Oh my god, it's a trap. Uh-oh. Interesting. Now, is this the right way to go? Yes. Okay. As long as it... Oh god, what is this? What is this? Okay. Trick jump? Oh god. Oh god. Stop. Okay. No. Stop. 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 Okay. So jumpy. Oh, okay. Oh, hello? What is that? An extra health? What is this? Ooh, save point. Okay. Here. That is... okay. Nice. Okay. Oh no, a locked door? Oh no. Wait, is that a key? Oh my god, it is. How... How do I open you? There are two places. Oh no! I miscalculated my jump. No. Why is it so hard? Hello? That sucks. Oh no. Oh no. It's a little bit hard. Or am I just bad at the game? I don't think that's the best way to go. Okay, how to do this? I do have to do the slight jump. Just that I need to time. There we go. Ooh, a chair. Ooh, look at the sass. Do I have to... Oh my god, I hate this mate. There's something up there. I need to go there, I guess. Okay, I guess I need to do this. Light jump? Oh god, okay. Can I just jump up there? Oh god. Nope. What if I know I can get a little bit of a height using the cling gem. Oh, I can spam? Okay. Maybe I can do that. Oh, there we go. I can simply bypass that. That's good. I'll take it. You need to stop. The hand is giving me the finger. Okay, interesting. Okay, so I can't do the cling gem trick here. I can jump. Oh god, okay. Nice. Okay. Oh god, okay. I always think I'm gonna fall down. But it turns out I did. I did survive. Okay, there's only one more. We come from up there. Here, and then I presume the last one is on there. Let's save. There? Is it a locked door? I don't have any keys. Oh, okay, there's something. Oh, there's a switch. How am I gonna go there? Am I supposed to... No? I can't do the wall jump. Queen gem strat. Okay, let's go the other side, I guess. Oh, Soul Cutter. Hold attack until your weapon is ready and release to fire. Enhances your charge attack with a long distance projectile. If you have power available, it will consume a level to enhance the damage. Can be aimed in first person if need be. Interesting. Why would I want that? Oh, for long distance. Okay, interesting. Oh, it's supposed to teach us here. How to first person again? Nope. Interesting. Okay. I'm pressing every button. This is pause. Oh! Okay, it's our tree. Interesting. Interesting. Now we just have to aim. Interesting. So that makes sense. The game is teaching you a new mechanic. Okay, what does this have to do with anything? So there's that, but how? Is it like this? Oh, okay, interesting. What if we hit? Oh. Oh, okay. I have to hit that same. Nice, okay. Look at that. I love the color palette that they choose for this game. Very dreamy. Oh, okay, there's a pool here. Oh my god, how? Okay, I can do a high jump here. Oh god, okay. Oh god, okay. How? No. That's so far away. Oh god. It. Ah! Oh god, okay. How am I going to do this? Playing jam? I see a platform there, but how? Fuck! No! Oh. Okay, I have to do everything from scratch. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit daunting to do everything perfect. Oh god. I hate this part. Okay, that much better. Woo! Oh god, okay, thank you for grabbing that ledge. Is oh god, okay. Oh god, no, no, there's a curve. Oh, I have to stop. There's a curve. Okay, I can simply cling. Okay. We're learning, bear in mind. Okay. Third time's the charm, right? God damn it! Okay, I got too nervous there. No. I get too excited and jump way too soon. Okay. God, no. Ah. No. Um. Um. Where is it? Ah. No. Oh man. Okay. Okay. This is like what, the fifth try? Okay. Oh god, okay. I don't even have power to heal. God. Okay. Okay. Take a deep breath, everyone. Let's do a breathing exercise and distress ourselves. Let's all breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we can do this. I believe in myself. Let's focus a little bit here. Okay. Shake it off, shake it off. We can do this. Okay, nice. Oof. Okay, at least we didn't lose a life. So that's a positive, I guess? Oof, oof, oof. Okay. That is horrifying. Are you... Are you... You were supposed to grab onto the ledge? Sybil? What is that? Why do you whiffed? But the good thing is... Oh man. Okay, I have only like 4 tries left. I fell, I know. Okay, relax. Focus a little bit here. Hyper focus mode. Oh, there's a ledge down there. Okay. Now all we have to do is do this. Are you... Are you kidding me? It detached. It detached from the wall Well, Kling, it detached. That is not my fault. That is not my fault. I pressed the whole thing. 3 tries left. Okay. And let's make it count. The worst thing is I've mastered that route. Stop. Stop jumping. Are you kidding me? I stuck. Oh man, this is bad. This is bad. Why does the long distance range attack cost power? Why? Okay. Okay. If I said okay 100 times, I might be able to do this whole circuit flawlessly. If I die, what happened? You go from the start of the game. We did save. Maybe we start from the last save point? I don't know. Oh god, okay. Let's do this. Okay. Okay. 2 more tries. Shake it off, shake it off. We can do this. This is the hardest platforming section. Okay. 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 Ooh, nice save. Not nice. Okay. Okay. The nerves is getting to me. Ooh. Okay. Are you... Okay. That's... Relax. We can do this. Maybe I can simply jump. I've been making my full life a hell. I can simply jump. What? Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh my... Oh, and the key is open. Okay. Save. Oh my god. Yes! Is that a fluke? I don't know. Ah! Whatever. I'm out. Peace. Oh, hello. What is that? Alive? Is it here? It is. Extra life. Okay, that's good. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. My poor heart. Oh, God. This game. I never expect this game to be so... Ooh, is it another secret life? Nothing? You. Please leave me alone. I... I will kill again. Bro, what? Oh God, what is this? Thing. Okay, you do you, okay? Thing. Okay, now where am I supposed to go? Got 4 keys, but what is the other one? Empty Bailey. Tower remains. We have the tower remains. Sansa Keep. Twilight Theater. Trying to think where else that we haven't gone to. Is it the one in Underbelly? I have to assume it's the Underbelly because that is the only region that we didn't get a key from. Oh great, now we have to go back to Underbelly. Interesting. I don't remember going through here. Ooh, there's something there. Let's try and get it. I assume I have to wall cling, then jump. Ooh, this is gonna be difficult. Oh my god, yes. First try. Aerial finesse. Press jump during your knockback state to regain balance. Thing. Oh, okay. Let's have a look here. Where am I? Castle Sansa. Have I been here? What's... Oh, hello? Interesting. Oh. Okay, we have to go back here. Where is this anyway? Let's just... Oh god, okay. Oh my god, my game is acting up. have we been through here? Boom, 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 boom. Interesting. Oh, we've been through here. Have we? Why don't I remember that much? Okay, wait. Let's have a look at where this leads. Oh, okay. I remember this place. We are a long way back. This is the start of the game. And there's something up there that I want. Okay, interesting. You. Okay, so I guess I have to pogo, jump off the enemy and then wall cling. No! Okay, okay. Stop jumping. You gotta go, we go. Okay, thank you for dropping by, okay? And have fun with your hobby. Oh my god, it works. Okay. Pilgrimage, you can move slowly while channeling a heal. That doesn't sound good. Why would I want that? Interesting. Have we gone to that door? I don't think so. So let's try. Oops. Can I wall jump? Nice. Shortcut. I do remember that we don't have to double jump, right? Okay, and then what? Hit double jump? Oh, high jump? No. Wall cling, I guess. What the heck? Who asked you to jump? Wall kick. Who asked you to wall kick? Okay, I need to get up there. Oof, okay. Nice. Okay, we've opened that. What does it do again? Oh, it's a pole. I can't go there, but what's in here? Oh no. Is that a curve? It is a curve. Okay. Let's try it like this then. Okay, another curve. Okay. Okay, that could have been better, I have to say. Okay, how? Okay, that doesn't work. That is too hasty for my fault there. That's my fault. Okay, that's really unfortunate. Maybe I need to jump a little bit quicker? Nice. Okay, that's how we do it, I guess. What's up with this room? Oh my god, what is this huge room? Nope, I don't want to be here. Hello, what's up there? Extra lives. Okay, I guess I need to do this. Nice. Okay. That that's good. Oh no, I have to go back. Oh no. Um maybe I should save again just in case I messed up. Just in case. Nice. Okay. The return trip is much easier than I expected. What is going on here? Hello? What's up here? A switch, but what's down here? Oh my god. Actually, I think we can do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Definitely can. Oof, so close. Oh, yes! Yes! Okay, now what? Okay, there must be a secret health in here, right? What's down there, but what's up here? Oh no. Oh no, I don't want to go into that big area. It seems so scary. Okay, I'm guessing. Ah! Okay. Maybe not the best way to do that. Oh god, okay. Uh, what's up here? I know there's or there I can see it, but how? I guess I need to stand up here. Nice. Okay. Then what? I can jump. You know what? Let's do it. The wall cling technique that we've learned. No. No. Oof. Okay, it's much harder to control. Okay, nice. What is this? Collect all three to hold more magical power. How many do we have? Never mind. Collect all three to hold more magical power. We have three. We have collected all three. But I don't see how we can get... Oh, it's another additional bar besides the main bar. Okay, I see. But what's here? Oh god, okay. What's here? Oh my god. No, I don't want to go to the theater. Still have what that whole area that we didn't get to explore. Okay. How am I gonna do this? How? How? There's something down there. Have we been here? I feel like we've been here. Oh, it's this place. Oh. Okay. Oh, we can definitely do this again. Oh god, okay. Wrong timing on my end there. But how can you expect that? Don't control. Oof, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Whoa! Okay. have that. Wait, but what's... God, okay. Nice. Can I simply jump onto that platform? I can, right? I can, okay. I'll take it. What is this? Hello? Good graces. Half more healing? You have collect 2 of this. Increase healing power by half pip. So that means I can heal 2 health for heals. Okay, that's good. Right, what is this? Is there anything that I want in here? I guess nothing, huh? It's just another platform for me to get up there. Okay. We are over this area. Is that a good find? I'm not even sure. How about we go to the original place? I know there's something that I need to be done. Ooh, I'm getting strong. I can one hit kill most of the enemy now. I forgot. I can heal myself and save. There's something in the beginning of this level, right? Also something here. Have we, have we been here? I think okay. It there? Oh, another life. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, that's... You have any secrets? I'll never do it again. I just want to get out of here. Is there anything up there? Can I even get up there? Whoops. Why is it that hard to where I want it to go? Okay, so I can do the platforming here. Jump a little bit early, right? I botched that jump. Okay. What? Okay. Should have. Okay, I can definitely get up onto the ledge there, but oh, a key. What's the function of the key again? I don't remember. I remember there's something here, but thing. Have we been here? Okay, we've been here. What is the additional key for again? Oh, right, it's in the theater where we didn't get. Oh god, we have to go back. We have to. We didn't have open door at the back of the theater. Now that we have, let's go there. Still need to go to the underbelly. That's. I am so lost. There's a lot of places that I need to go. But I'm quite surprised that there's a lot of health. Okay, Castle Sansa. Now, the problem is where can I go to go to the theater as quickly as possible? You know what? Let's just have a walk, shall we? Have we looted everything from this area? I've opened that door. There's something. Must be something that I'm. Must be something up there, right? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, hello? Oh, there's something there. Nice. What is this? An extra health. Okay. That worth it? Not even sure. Is there anything else from this place? Oh, there's something here. Oh, hello? Have we never got this before? Oh god, okay. Got this. Interesting. I'm glad that I... Okay, that's good. This is a very, very informative place to get. Go, I mean, to get what? I can't even speak. Okay, so what else can we do? Have we gone through this place? Hello, Santa. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. I'm getting lost in the game. I don't remember what is happening. Been up there. Been a busy week? Yeah, same. I hope it's the good kind of busy. Oh my god, this is the start. I'm not going here. Okay. I'm actually getting lost. What am I supposed to be doing again? Oh god, okay. I know I'm supposed to be going onto theater, but I don't remember how I got there in the first place. You know what? I am gonna go to the one place that I know for sure that I can go to the... What is it called again? I have such a short memory. I don't remember what I'm going to do. Okay, so I need to go to the theater, and the one place that I know for sure that has theater is by going to the Bailey. And I am also supposed to be going to the underbelly, right? That is the place for me to go to underbelly. But so many things happening. I'm guessing we are at the end of the game because we almost have all of the it here. All right, this is the place to get it. Okay, okay. I'm so confused as to where is where. One thing, oh god. The one thing to know about me is that I get lost so easily, both in real life and in in game. I have a poor sense of direction. Sometimes I had problem discerning between my lefts and my rights. That is one one of my flaw, I guess. And I got that from my father's side. Because my mom and my sister is an both are expert navigator. I'm not sure about y'all, but I always got confused if I had say left and right at the top of my head while giving direction to other people. I would most probably I'm gonna mix the two up. Also, fun fact about me: when I was a kid, I took a colored pencil. I took a colored pencil and then I sharp it really sharp, and then morbid curiosity as a kid, right? I thought, oh, why not I prick just just to put the pointy tip at my palm and see what happened, just to show it's not even that sharp. But as we all know, curiosity kills the cat. The lead embedded in my skin, and there's blood. I remember that there's blood profusely, blood profusely, and then I wash it away, and then just let it do its thing and healed over. And afterwards, after it's healed, I noticed that there's a black dot at the center of my palm, on my right palm. So 10 years or almost 15 years later, I realized that what I was doing there is like a proto tattoo kind of stuff. Technically, it's not intentional, but it's suddenly it's basically how tattoo works. You prick someone's skin and then inject a pigment, right? So that's what happened with my palm. So right now I have a very convenient way to discern between my lefts and my rights. But the caveat is I have to look at my palm. You can't find your home without a GPS center? Oh no. Okay. I guess we both have that in common then. Oh my god, okay. Really unfortunate. Okay. Can I still get out? Okay, let's do this then. Okay, okay, there we go. We're back to the place where we wanted to go to. Ooh, door key. What is this? Hello? 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 Interesting. Gain an aspect of empathy. Bonus power is built from attack. Interesting. Okay, so now our goal is to go back. We need to go to the underbelly. Get back here. Nice. Okay. Um. Yeah, it's there. Okay. No. Nice. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Now let's do everything in reverse. Nice. Is it there? Ah, you kidding me? Okay, that works. Yeah, I now I realize when I was a kid, I am flabbergasted by how well my mom can navigate her way around a city, especially in a city that we rarely go to. I remember when I was a kid, we as a family are going somewhere, and my dad was driving, and my mom is navigating the place because my mom has been driving for a long time, and my dad decided to take up the responsibility of driving in a town. Um, and the funny thing is that my mom will still have to work like what extra hard because my dad can't navigate, and my mom uh, give direction to my dad to take a right turn. She even points out with her hand to go to the right, and I guess my dad got panic and he took a left instead. Oh god. And I never seen my mom so angry at my dad. Oh god. But yeah, I'm always I'm still surprised that my mom and my sister, is able to remember a route by going through it only once or twice. Whereas as me, if I want to remember a route, a certain or something like that, I have to go through that route at least 3 times, 3 to 4 times, just so that I can get myself familiar with all the queue that we have. Quite interesting too. Okay, now let's go to the underbelly. Nice. Oh, there's something up there. Oh god, okay. What? Okay, interesting. You monster. Here. Never been here, right? Oh, okay. Do we even need to jump that? Yeah, I can make that jump. Nice. Oh my god, okay. Where? Okay, there's the key. A switch. How am I gonna get to that switch? That's a problem. Am I able to do that? Let's try. Why not? Oh, I can't. Oh, interesting. I can't go there because there's a huge chasm. That means I need to take advantage of my range attack. Okay, gotcha. Interesting. It like this. Am I able to do this? Oh, you kidding me? It's a little bit too low. So the next best thing is that. I've been there. My god. Okay. Let's do this then. Nice. Oh, oh, hello. Okay, so I need to find the highest pillar so that I can climb this metal cage. Is it this one? Yep, it's this. Okay. Okay, let's... No. Thing. Okay, that works. That times the charm. Oh. Oh. Okay, that works. Okay, let's... Okay, now we can go to the Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts door. I'm sure it is a direct homage to Kingdom Hearts, right? You'll see, you'll see. Intended intended death warp. I didn't realize that that is something that I can do. Speedrun tactics. I wonder how people speedrun this game. I know there's a lot of people that speedrun this game, but I've never seen them play um the whole route. I've never seen the whole route. The whole reason I was playing this game in the first place is because I've seen a lot of people on Twitch play this game or trying to speedrun this game. Supposed to go there. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll have a look at the speedrun after the stream. Okay, I am supposed to go down there. Oh god, okay. Oh god, okay. Uh... Nice. Now all I have to do right now is go to tower, upper tower there. Whoops. First thing first, save. Just in case there's enemies that needs to be fought. That done. Okay, and let's do this. Nice. Oh god. Okay, interesting. I still don't know how to control the cling gem. The wall right. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Are you... Okay. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's take a moment to relax. Oh, oh God, okay. Whew. Finally. See, look at this. This is definitely Kingdom Hearts door. Sora can definitely open that door. The door to... It's definitely Kingdom Hearts. What? This is definitely Kingdom Hearts. This is what happened in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yo, okay. Even the door is a distorted looking door. Oh, what? Like we are in a star cage, huh? You see the cube there? Star forms a cube. Interesting, interesting. Ooh. Disrupted? Disturb? Something, something memory. Ooh, what is this? It's so quiet. This game is so new. It looks so cool. Reminds me of the good old Rayman tree with the graphics. Okay, yeah, this game is really new. It's been released this year, I think July or even August, something like that. It's really new, but the graphic is not as modern, but that's what I like about this game. The way that they integrate man, it's so quiet. It's throwing me off the loop. The graphic does look um very old school, and it gives me nostalgia. Yeah, it reminds me of Spyro and the likes, especially PS1 Spyro with the blocky the blocky graphics. But the movement though, the movement is something different. I've never experienced this kind of movement with other games before, and I like it. Oh, we're falling. Oh, what is this? Hello? Hello? Oh, we're fighting? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Where are you? Man, you're moving way too quick. Man, the music though. The music is so cool. Hello? What are you? Oh shoot! Oh, that is so near Automata. Oh, what are you doing? Man, the music though, I love the music in this game. Even the music it sounds so nostalgic. Who are you, by the way? Oh god, okay. Okay. What are you? What are you doing? Oh god, okay. You are getting barrage? Oh god. Interesting, interesting. Oh, we won? Not really the kind of person you want to hang out with, right? I barely remember what she was really like at this point. Oh, sorry. You're probably wondering who I am. Yes, who are you? Honestly, I don't really know anymore. Nobody's special, I guess. But then, that's the whole reason you're here, right? I get it. I can't just hide here forever and pretend I don't exist. I'm sure I'll find something worth being awake for. Oh, that's kind of bleak. Maybe I'll finally get into photography. That would be nice, I think. So thanks, goat, bunny, cat lady. So I am right, it is a goat. Goat, bunny, cat lady. So it is a combination. Goat, bunny, and a cat. Huh? Table? Got it. I'll make sure to write it down as soon as I wake up. I don't want to forget you too. Hmm. I'm sure you got someone else to hang up to help out, right? So yeah, thanks. Take care, Sybil. Apparently the first version of the game took just 3 weeks to make. It was made for a game jam. Oh, but cool though, even though it is so fun. I had so much fun playing this game actually. The movement is something that is really different. Even though some people would look at this game and see that it looks really outdated, but the core mechanic of the game is really top notch. I have to give them credit for that. It never stops to make you admire how fast some people are in coding. It took you over half a year to make one website. Yes, that's another thing. How maybe with experience, I guess. And I presume that they have this whole idea inside their head and they just make a simple game because I do know that certain coding they can uh make it really quick because it is really bare bone, especially for someone that has dabbled and with experience in game making before. How long did I took? It took me 5 hours and 41 minutes and 17 seconds to finish this game. Interesting. I wonder how quick people can. You know what? You know what? Um uh you know what? It's still early for me. Maybe I can try make this run as quickly as possible. Yeah, at first you were wondering how modern mechanics the game seemed to have despite looking like such an old game. You were wondering how you haven't heard of it before. But it was actually new, so that explains some things. Yeah, I am so glad that I found this game by chance by looking at the the Twitch categories. Okay, I actually I actually forgot what I'm supposed to do doing. Yeah, the game selling point is that it is a Metroidvania uh movement based game. So I like Metroidvanias. I mean, I love Hollow Knight, so I thought why not? And it turns out I enjoy it much more. I'm just gonna go, I guess. I guess we don't need a lot of the green stuff. I mean, the final boss is not even that hard. You can just simply avoid their attack. Okay, I don't need to do that. I'm guessing people that speedrun this game must have some tricks up their sleeve, right? To make the game run very quick. Oh, and speedrunners also scare the hell out of me because the way that they play game is so mechanical that I get so intimidated. Every button that they push is intentional. It's nothing, it's not a mistake. Every single thing that they do has a reason. But I'm quite surprised that this game was made in under 3 weeks. Took just 3 weeks to make in a game jam. Really cool though. Maybe that explains why the graphics is not as modern looking. Maybe it's to reduce time. Maybe it's like that, I guess. But the music, if there is one thing that I have to give credit this game is the music. The music is really good. I mean, listen to this upcoming boss fight. If I can do this... Oh my god, okay. Why is it so hard? Oh wait, that's the final boss, right? Yes, it is the final boss. Oh, so we have seen her before. Huh. I just want to listen to the song. Oh. The build up. And the music is so good. Even the character design, I love it. Everything about this game, I love it. Oh, okay. Interesting. I love the game. I love the game, the music, the character design. I love it. I know I'm gushing about this game, but I just have to give credit to this game. It seems like the Steam version was additional 4 months of development, still really fast, but more than 3 weeks than the Game Jam version took to make. I see. So the Game Jam version took 3 weeks to code, and the one that I'm playing right now is the Steam version, which took um, approximately 5 months to make. So all things considered, it is a really quick game to be made. I wonder how many people are in the team that makes this game. I'm I will I will be honest, I'm quite shocked, gonna be quite shocked if I learn that it only took one person to make this game. That person must be a superhuman. You're able to code the whole game, the music. Always fascinates me. Some people are really good at their craft. I have to give them that. Recently, I'm starting to learn about learning how to use Adobe After Effects, and oh god, After Effects is a little bit daunting to use, and I don't have to use After Effects for my work, but it's just something that I want to learn just to add something for my stream. Just there's a lot of things that you need to learn. Even the basic took a lot more um, finagling around in order for you to make sense of the whole mechanism of the software. The one thing that I really do not, I can see that the game is really rough around the edges in terms of optimization. For a game that looks a little bit retro like this, you would think, oh god, you would think that it doesn't require a lot of resource to play, but apparently it does. It does take a lot of resource, computer resource to run properly. I mean, it is chugging on my PC right now. And I know my PC at least is able to run certain things smoothly. I mean, I've streamed Hades, and Hades in general looks much better than this. But as a game mechanic, it does excel. Okay, now if I remember correctly, I need to get high jump ability, right? First, I need to get the key. I wonder if the Game Jam version of this game is still available or not. Oh my god, I missed jump. Oh my god. Well, at least it brings me back to this place much faster. Are you kidding me? It's like someone is having a fun time playing the tuba. Soon, I don't even know what it's called. Oof. I almost fell to my doom there, but we managed to recover back our posture. I know that the high jump is somewhere around here. Then go here. I'm gonna be so angry if this. Okay, it is. I'm gonna be. I wanna say I'm gonna be so angry if this is not the right place. Hello? Jump? Sunsetter. Okay. Nice. And then let's keep on moving. This is the place to go to the theater. Okay, let's go to the Bailey. Oh yeah, I haven't seen the credit. Huh, interesting. Usually the game tells you who is responsible in the game, right? Interesting. Jump wall sliding, solo cross, solo win. Hello? Even the music is reminding me of 90s. 90s anime. Yeah, the way how it the way it sounds really reminds me of 90s music, or at least the one in anime. Oh, ooh. Aw, come on. Overall, I think the game scale is not that big, so it makes sense that they are able to do it within the 5-month time frame. But still impressive. If you ask me to do a game within 5 months, I don't think I am able to do so. Nice. We're making progress quite, quite, quite quickly. Thing. Whoops. Okay. Can make that jump, right? Oh god, okay. Aww. Okay. A little bit finicky to get that jump right. Hmm. Nice. Additional health. I know there's a locked door there, but I don't think it's gonna be really crucial for me to have that. back, I am gonna get another key from here. What? Okay. Okay, that went swimmingly. Then let's go back out here. To go get the Link Jam ability. Oh god, okay. Okay, that's good, that's good. This is really good. We're moving fast, we're moving fast. I wonder what's the record for the speedrun. How fast can people beat this game? I'm gonna guess it's 45 minutes. People are really skillful with their control of this game. Any percent is 12 minutes and 25 seconds. What the How? How? I Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not breaking any record anytime soon. See, look at that. That is time waste. Oh god, okay. Interesting. But 12 minutes? How? I will definitely have to look. I I I need to be patient. Nice. Okay. Impatient pays off. Man, people are really... Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Um... Um... I can't see? Oh my god. So apparently this is a hard mode for me. I can't do anything. Oh my god. Okay. This is gonna be an extra hard mode challenge for me. It hurt that the speedrun is able to defeat this game within 12 minutes. My god, I can't see. and it got too intimidated. Okay, 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 okay. Uh, that's what 4 months of development gets you. Okay, that is funny. Okay, where is it? Okay, there we go. Oh God, okay. Yes, it shows, huh? It shows. Okay, okay, now that we save, can we go back? Continue. Oh, okay. Hard mode has been turned off. Okay. See, it's not perfect. I have to admit, it's not perfect. But I don't know. Somehow I think that's okay, I guess. Maybe that's one of the caveat, huh, of having such short development time. Development time. Okay, so all I need to do right now is get all of the powers. Oh, speaking of power, I need to get additional health here. Nice. Nice. Please do not break. Can strike break but not break the game. Okay, now what? Um I can go to the underbelly, right? Yeah, you know what? Let's go to the underbelly. Why not? Let's get that done. Oh shoot. No, actually no. We're gonna go to the theater because we need the that. Why am I doing like this? We need that long distance energy lens, energy wave, whatever it is called. Need that. So we need to go here. Hopefully I'm doing this the right way. I remember correctly, it is around here. Oh my god, okay. That's really unfortunate. Whoa! Okay, oh no. Oh no. Okay. This might be a tough one for me. Okay, that's... What? Okay. Okay, this is a real challenge. Nice. Managed to deal with that. Hey, that's not fair. Now your turn. Yeesh. That took quite a lot out of me. You monster. Can I go here instead? Seems like... Oh, okay, that's much easier compared to going the other way around. Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, now it's time for me to get that additional health up there. Nice. Hey, okay. So far so good. So far so good. I'm liking the way things are flowing. Oh god, okay, I remember this. Early on the stream, I I struggled so much in this area, and hopefully I learned something from this. This part is not the hardest part, it's the later part. Okay, Soul Cutter. Okay, now is the time for the most difficult part of the game, arguably. Man, how could the speedrunner able to do it 12 minutes? If all this require there's a skip to this whole level, I would gladly take it. What? Okay, that's not my fault. The character simply decided to not cling. Okay, this. Ah. Okay. Whew. Okay. Okay, this is the part where I suck. Okay, let's see if I can still remember what happens in early in the game. Sorry, not early in the game, early in the stream. Okay, and then we jump. Oh, no, no. Oh my god, we did it. Oh my god, yes. I I got stuck in that area for a long time at the beginning of the stream. Thank god I remember how to do it. Now this part is much easier, I guess. Just a boss rush. Not boss rush, enemy rush. What the heck? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ah! Okay. Okay, I don't have the additional jump. I don't have the additional fourth jump, but I can still do this. Nice. Nice. Okay. Whoa! It is very slippery, this character. Nice. my god, already a key? How lucky. Get it? Lucky? I'll see myself out. And we got additional health. All is good. I don't think I'm gonna need the green orb that is this. God damn it. Jump. So I'm just gonna go ahead. Go to the side. Okay, I'm trying to remember what's going on here. I even need to go here. Oh god, okay. Oh god, this is not where I want it to be. Okay. Okay, I can simply skip all this, I guess. You don't even need all this. A key? Do I even need a key? You know what? No. Just gonna go straight. Ooh. I remember that there's something here. Okay, and now... Oh god, okay. Okay, this is a good place to be. We need to get into kind of the underbelly. We've done this before. Okay, first thing first, we need to get a jumping ability, which can be found deep inside the underbelly, right? Okay, let's see if I can do it quickly this time around. And I can't believe that the first time I played this, it took me forever to find my way around here. Oh my god. Okay, that's... I clearly... That's... This part is also frustrating. Because you can clearly... It's so thin. And the hitbox is so finicky too. What the f... Hello? That's not supposed to happen. Okay, let's just do our best and get through this whole area quickly. What the hell? Hmm. Interesting. This one I really need because it allows me to have additional jump. Good. Oh god, okay. Nice. Okay. I can definitely simply skip that in the future. Right? I can definitely do that. Yes, I can simply skip that. Well, that's something that I can use that knowledge when I do my future run, I guess. Okay. Now we're on to something. Oh, you kidding me? Oh my god, I botched that jump. Are you kidding me? I botched it the second time. Okay, you need to relax. Okay, that works. I'll take it. Thing. I definitely know I can make that jump. Just like that. Then let's get a key down here. Oof, nice. I feel like I'm moving a little bit slow for my liking. But that's okay. Oh fuck, no! Okay, that's what happened when I when I rush too much. Okay. Be quick, but be careful. I didn't realize that there's a gap in between. What about this? Can I? Ah. I make this jump, I think. I can. Ooh, interesting. Thing. You know what? You know what? I am gonna get the extra health. Get the extra health, and shouldn't I shouldn't have done that. I feel like I can make that jump, right? Thing. Oh god, okay, that Okay, that definitely is the right way to do. Oh my god, okay. Okay, that is definitely... Oh god! Okay, interesting. This is the right way to go. Okay, interesting. That we simply managed to do the whole skip thing. Okay, interesting. We managed to skip a whole section of the game. Thing. Now I can just go back. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh fuck, okay. I'm guessing I need to go to the underbelly part, which is here. Nice. Okay, now we just need... Oh, this I remember very fondly of how to do this. I wonder if I can simply skip this. Oh god, it's really quick. Okay, interesting. I was thinking maybe if I can simply jump onto the rising cage, I can simply skip the whole thing, but apparently it's really quick. Ooh, now time to die. Let's go, let's go. We got the key. Now we just need to get the Sansa key. Then the one in the Bailey. Then we on our merry way. Okay, I remember this being a difficult gauntlet. Not achieve, to beat. That's the word. Oh god, okay. Oof, nice. Especially this area. Oof, okay, this is... You know what? I can simply do this. Right? I can... This. Whoops. Oh god, okay. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, and then easy peasy. This part is easy peasy. Nice. Okay. You can simply ignore the enemies, right? Hey, this is really good. We're moving. We're moving at the speed of sound. A really slow sound at that. Now we just have to get the key here, and then we can go. Okay, now we're moving. Really moving now. Oof, I forgot to save. Whoops, wrong way. This way. Yeah, I can simply do this, actually. Nice, okay. That wasn't so hard. Oh my god. I managed I managed to defeat the whole game. Not the whole game, but it's something. Disrupted memory, something memory. And now we're already back at the boss fight. Hello? Oh god, okay. You're not doing that huge meteor. Man, the music though. I love the boss music in this game. Oh my god, we managed to. Yo, okay. Call me a speedrunner because I managed to speedrun that. Hello? Maybe I couldn't defeat the one what 12 minutes and 25 second. But I did manage to shave off like what, from 5 hours into, let's see, 1 hour and 10 minutes. Look at that, the difference between that. Yo, not a bad speedrunning for not knowing the meta. I know, right? I'm so proud of myself. Considering this is only the second time I played this game, and there's a lot of stuff that I need to know intimately in order for me to get a lot of stuff happen. Again, I don't know all the exploit, all the shortcut and all that. I'm just doing it in a way that normal people, I guess, can do it. No exploit. Maybe I should. Maybe I should do it like that. Anyway, that's it. That is Pseudoregalia. For such uh, a short development time game, it is surprisingly fun. Could have timed it. Oh, dang, I should have done that, right? Next up, study a bit and break the 30-minute marks easy. Oh God. I need a lot of practice then, huh? Yeah, so that is Pseudo Regalia. I had a ton of fun playing this game actually. The music, the ambience, the color palette, the character design, everything works. So the good side is all that, but the bad side is that the game is not optimized as good. There are surprisingly we encounter a problem on this stream. Just to show that the game is not perfect. There are some defect here and there, but overall the good outweighs the bad, in my opinion. It's fun if you like a game where it is movement based game. Maybe have a look at this game. I can assure you you will have a fun time. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be stream for me for today. Oh man, Vigo. Yeah, I'm just finishing up. We managed to look at my second save file. I managed to defeat the whole game from start to finish in only 1 hour and 10 minutes. Instead of the first time I played it, it took me like what, 5 hours and 41 minutes, almost 6 hours. Anyway, but yeah, that's it. That's it for me. So next week we are gonna take a gander at a game. I'm not sure yet what game is gonna be, but I know it's gonna be something new because we are approaching October, which is I'm gonna play cookie games all month long. And that means I'm gonna take a break from Kingdom, from all the heartache I experienced in that game. I need to take a rest from that game. Um, what else? Also, yeah, I'm trying to uh, I'm trying to do a giveaway since I am so close to reach affiliate on Twitch. So I am doing a giveaway. When I reach affiliate status on Twitch, I'm gonna do a giveaway of I'm gonna I'm gonna give a game. I'm not sure what game yet, or maybe I'm gonna do a Steam gift cards. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do just yet. I need to iron out all the mechanics of the giveaway, but I am planning on doing a giveaway. More details is gonna be handed out maybe maybe next week or mid of October. So be on the lookout for that. If you want more info, I will be sure to post info more on the Discord. So if you are not yet joined on our Discord, please join. I'm not that very active on that because I'm busy with other stuff. But in rare occasion, I do have post something there. What else? What else am I doing? Uh, oh yeah, I'm planning on doing a PNG tuber. We fingers crossed. I'm gonna finish next week. Hopefully, it's gonna finish next week, but it might be delayed a little bit. What else? I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Santa. Thank you to Vigor for dropping by and accompanying me on the stream. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that is watching this on the VOD. I really do appreciate it. I know that I am a little bit, not a little bit, I'm way behind my upload on my YouTube Stream Archive channel. I on that, so it should be fully uploaded next week. But for now, uh, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the spooky month next month. Next month? Next week. I can't talk. My brain is mush. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a nice rest of your weekend, and I hope you have a super duper nice week ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.